It's just one taunt and he's locked down. He's already dashing in.
This could be actually quite dangerous. Here is the ultimate going to be popped from Insect. The taunt is going to come down there. It's Darien popping his ultimate. He does have the flash available. Actually doing good damage there towards Insect. He's going to flash over. Insect flashes in, as does Leopard. And the first blood goes over to the KT Bullets.
And the fact that Darien, he dashed forward aggressively, simply meant he didn't have enough mobility to get away from the gank. He did flash, but it wasn't enough because the members from KT Bullets just flashed after him and got the first blood. Very good timing.
So many times we've heard first blood Darien, but this time around not working out well. Score in this mid lane, went for that Vampiric Scepter. He's actually got a bit of a damage issue against Genja. If Genja was to land any of those piercing arrows, but you can see Mappa keeping the pressure on. Genja, you're loading up that piercing arrow. It is starting to hurt on Mappa.
Yeah, combine that with the damage and CC from Leona, you actually have quite a good burst combo onto someone like Mappa. But going back to Renekton here in the bot lane, he's not ahead in CS. He's the early game bully. It's a big issue for him. And also with first blood onto Shen, he's going to be so tanky. It's going to be impossible for Darien to kill him. And this simply means Gambit now have to deal with split pushing Shen that they can't lock down.
You know that up in the top lane. Actually, there was a bit of damage put in by Alexish. Actually, he's using his distortion there to avoid any damage thrown back at him with those barrels sliding around. There's a pink ward actually down by the dragon, and Insect just going to clear out the vision that Gambit have of that, which is going to force Diamond to come back and place himself another ward in there and get rid of that pink ward that we've just seen put down by the KT Bullets. Also knows that Insect is on that bottom side of the map.
Well, we do see KT Bullets making a move here. Karma making the way down there with Mappa. We did see Diamond always getting caught out. The ultimate was used by Insect, and Diamond have to flash away from this one. Has got his ultimate available, but he's in all sorts of trouble. The speed boost coming out from Insect is enough to just claw his way through the Gambit jungler.
And the single target burst damage from Insect here is so high. Fantastic of him. He's just waiting for Diamond to move there. Pops the stealth, so Diamond has absolutely no idea what's going to happen. And then he goes on to him, and he's having so much damage early with this Elder Lizard.
Now we see that blue buff being stolen away again. They leave a bit of that camp behind, which means that Diamond's going to have to come back in there, reset the timer on that one. Right now, the Bullets are doing Dragon. It's down to less than half HP. Darien is going to come across on this one. There's the ultimate coming out. Chen's going to get involved, or is he? No, couldn't get in there fast enough. Genja coming around the side. Good taunt from Leopard, and there's the kill from Mappa. Can they get onto any more? Edward's the one that's at the back. Genja's pretty much left him from this one. They're going to start to push in. Piercing arrow comes around. Mappa goes low, tries to flash away from it, but the kill does come down for Edward, who will die afterwards. Slow coming in now from Genja on the backside. Barrier from Skull. Can they get any more? Good turnaround from Gambit.
Very good turnaround. Instantly as Diamond respawned, he went straight towards the dragon. Once he got in range, the rest of Gambit could actually hold the fight going on for so long that he got in range for his ultimate and joined in. And Genja, of course, standing in the background. Great position through the entire fight and just hammering away.
He got the dragon as well, let's not forget that. So gold advantage currently in Gambit's favor, despite all the fantastic work that Insect's been doing, literally countering Diamond every single step of the way. Insect doing work for his team, but just not enough, it seems, and everybody else. We're yet to see Ryu and Alexish actually really getting involved in this game because they were off at the top lane. Normally you'd see them being the ones. We are seeing Insect making his way up towards the top. He may get caught out here.
Yeah, Edward is onto him, and Diamond is nearby. He doesn't have the ultimate, so Insect can just jump out. But one thing we can notice here when Ryu is going very aggressive.
Oh, good damage on towards Alex as well. He is going to get chained up from this one. Through the ultimate up towards Alex. Did do the damage, but he knocked Alex back behind his own turret to safety. Meanwhile, Insect here inside of Gambit's jungle.
He is spotted out though. Diamond actually saw him put down the ward. A thing to notice is actually, meanwhile, while Alex, he was close to dying here, or at least Ryu had the advantage in the fight. Alex have been doing really well on farm. Actually got ahead early on now.
And I'm wondering what Insect's planning here. Ultimate is not available for Diamond, so he can't close that gap close enough. They know that he's still nearby. With that ultimate, he could be stealthing in, get a lot closer. He's going to take away the golems, and now they're going to push. That wave clear coming in. Ryu has not got ultimate. I don't think they're going to follow through.
Distortion is down.
Distortion is yet down, and they're going to actually, red buff is not going to get taken. Ooh, he's going to face check in towards it. Insect's going to pop that stealth. He's got the burst damage. Has he got enough to close the gap? Alex is trying to juke him around.
Wow.
Does manage to get away. Had to use the flash, though.
Yeah, trading ultimate for flash, definitely worth it for Insect. And again, we see the damage he's having on this single target. burst whenever he has the chance, and he's just doing so well, always being at the right place at the right time.
Not a lot of farm from him, but that's a byfactor of how active he's actually been in these lanes. We are going to see that blue buff coming up once again here for the Bullets. That will again be gifted over towards Ryu.
And Insec have actually been falling behind in farm compared to the other jungler in every single match at this tournament. It's just the way he's playing. He's so aggressive when it comes to ganking and counter jungling, so he doesn't farm the same amount as the other junglers.
As it is, mid lane have returned back and forth, and Genja still keeping ahead in farm, ever so slightly on score. Of course, the two top laners, or well, the bottom laners at the moment, Leopard and Darien, still very even in farm. And you talked about the fact that Leopard really shouldn't be this close to Darien at the moment in terms of farm. Darien going for that Tiamat build, going straight towards a Spirit Visage, it seems, next as well. Meanwhile, Sunfire Cape was picked up by Leopard.
I will actually say that for me, the fact that Shen is keeping up in CS is not too surprising because Shen is very good against Renekton. It's more the fact that when you have Renekton, you need to win the early game or you get outscaled. That's the game, that's the deal. And it's an issue for Gambit that Renekton is against Shen, that the fact they could counterpick it with Shen. And of course, KT Bullets had it planned all along when they didn't first pick Renekton.
And we should mention that Insect did come for that gank
Of
early
course,
on.
as well. He was there for the first spot, helped out Leopard even more.
Speaking of Insect, he's moving once again through that bottom side of the map, waiting patiently inside of the brush to see if Darien will in fact step out there, but Darien sat right on his turret. He's not really going to be pushing out from this one. We'll see if he gets baited in there by Leopard, but I can't really see that one happening, although Darien already died a couple of times.
Yeah, and he's having no armor here, so he's not going to do, or he's going to take a lot of damage from Insect if he actually jumps onto him. And at the same time, there's a Sunfire Cape onto Shen, so he's very tanky, can take quite a lot of turret hits actually before he has to go out.
I'm intrigued by Genja again, as I've been many times on his. Oh, hello. Insect fancied a little bite and a little nibble on Darien. Darien just taking a bit of hit point damage there. Nothing too worried about it. Hello, Alex, it's going down. We're going to take a look at that one in a few moments, I feel. It looked like it's a simple case of Ryu catching him by surprise.
Yeah, Ryu didn't barely even get touched in the fight. He just outplayed Alex, got the kill. He had to use both Flash and Ignite for it, but it's definitely worth it.
Oh, Insect having to back away, actually has to jump over the wall there. He was having to go at that ping wall. Here's that kill with Rio taking down Alex. Good use of the ultimate there. Alex trying to dodge away from him and actually body slam into Flash from Ryu to secure it.
And Ryu simply just saw that Alex used the distortion to farm the minions, so he knew they wasn't ready, or at least Alex would have to use his ultimate distortion to get away, so he just went onto him straight away and shot him back towards the lane and towards him.
While we just saw that replay, we also saw Darien actually using Dominus in that bottom lane. He is starting to really struggle against Leopard now.
He's having big issues against this Shen. Very smart counter pick from KT Bullets, because it means also for them later on when this very tanky Shen is going to get into the face of Genja, because he doesn't have too much mobility. He won't be able to dodge the taunts unless he's having Flash ready or unless we see a Mikhail's or a QSS onto him to cleanse it. So he will be he really needs to have perfect positioning in the team fights, or he will be the target for KT Bullets every time.
Less than 20 seconds till Dragon comes back into play, and we can see that the support and AD carry from the KT Bullets started to move down there, clear out as much as they possibly could, as Genja with those pesky piercing arrows. We saw them in action a little bit earlier on today, causing a couple of little issues there in that lane, but at the end of the day, once you've got that bloodthirst up, you can heal it straight back off the next wave. Dragon is now live. Are we going to see a fight for it?
Both teams are actually in a very good position here. Gambit wants to clear out this pink ward. It's very important to get rid of it so they can actually put wards in this river area in front of the Dragon so they can start the fights.
And of course they have that problem that they have as pesky Shen in the top lane, pushing on towards that inner turret, so they have to make their move. Of course, he could just use that Stand United and come in at any time he likes. Gambit managed to get the last Dragon. We'll see whether they can do it again.
And Gambit just have to engage with everything at the same time. Nocturne ultimate, followed by Chains, followed by Leona ultimate. So Shen cannot jump. He's jumping in now.
We're going to see the jump in from the backside. Shen is going to be following through. There's a two-man zone. Dragon is going to go over to the KT Bullets. There come the ultimate. Mappa going to be the focus from this one. Alex gets that kill. Darien right in the middle of them. The fear doesn't quite send Leopard the way they would have wanted. And that is a 2-for-1.
But the Dragon went over to KT Bullets, so very good for them here. And we actually saw how they want to fight. They want to ultimate with Shen before they even go in. So he popped the ultimate onto Insect, and then he jumped over the wall. So no chance for Gambit to try and counter it with the Nocturne ultimate.
Can they counter it with a push? We'll take a look at this replay. We can see Insect, this is where it starts.
Yeah, look here. Ultimate onto Insect when he jumps over, so there's no chance of Gambit to actually start the fight beforehand. And also Insect, in the middle of everything, picks up the Dragon here. Very good play by him. But he's using so much focus on Dragon, he's actually not with the rest of the team before later on. Mafia goes down, and now here, Genji is very low, Diamond is very low, and Insect in stealth here, he's only level 10. He can get his resets, and that's why when he kills him here, there's pretty much nothing else for him to do than just die.
I saw the flash from Leopard as well, getting him to the back of that Dragon Pit and away from the fear. Could have been the end of his time as well. Again, another blue buff comes up into play, and again, it goes over to Insect. Don't think he quite meant to do that.
I was wondering where Genji was going, and it looks like he's gone straight for the Infinity Edge along with that build toward a Cutlass earlier on. He leveled that up. He must have been sitting on a lot of gold before that fight, and that is sometimes a problem. Your AD carry, if he's got that much gold to spend, how different would that fight have been?
But let's just talk about Infinity Edge or then Cutlass into Blade of the Ruined King. The issue for me with that is the fact you don't get the extra crit. You don't get the Phantom Dancer or the Static Shift to help out critting with the Infinity Edge. That's the whole idea behind it, if you want to have this auto attack build. But the reason, at least I think the reason he's going Blade of the Ruined King is because he knows his mobility is so low. He needs the speed up, he needs the extra health to be able to survive when Insect dives onto him, when Leopard dives to him.
Oh, this could be dangerous there. And actually, what it's done is pull Gambit away from that outer turret, and that will be picked off. Meanwhile, Darian is trying to reply to that one here. He's got 5 minions with him, so should be able to finish off this turret. Gambit pushing that mid lane back so that there's no more pressure coming out from the KT bullets. And now Darian has to try and escape from Ryu and from Insect, because Insect is coming down on towards that lane. We do see Diamond coming around as well for the counter gank. There's the ultimate pop by Insect. Darian will pop his dominance. Where are they going to go? Ryu is the one that's lowest at this stage. And where is Diamond? There we go. He comes around to Insect, who just stealths it up, jumps back towards the turret, which is not there because they just got taken down. Ace in the hole comes onto Diamond, and he is just going to spell shield that one. Edward came around. No kills there.
And the ultimate from Insect made it so hard for Diamond to actually get in the fight, because he was stealthed up at first, so he couldn't join in. And then also he stealthed when Diamond was about to fear him, and simply nothing happened from it. So very good use of ultimate.
Yeah, and Ryu, of course, went into the bush. So literally there was nothing for him to ultimate into until he just came out of that stealth. It was a 2-second cooldown. Top lane, that's where we're seeing the action. They're put in trouble. He may get taken down by Alex Hitch here. Karma was coming up, but it's just too late.
Wow, and misplay by Leopard here, but Karma or Mafia, he wants to go for the kill.
He has to be careful from this one. Actually, Alex going to flash away from that one, decide that he doesn't want to stick around and wait for Mafia to have that opportunity.
Yeah, because look at the build from Mafia here. Early magic penetration boots, and also he has the 10 additional AP, so he's actually having some damage, and Karma's base damage is very good. Combine that with the Ignite, he would actually have been able to kill Alex if he had caught him.
A very tight game here. Insect creating plays for KTB, creating situations, has been involved in the majority of fights, and he's looking once again to do that, hoping that Diamond or just someone is going to walk in towards him. Edward was taken fairly low a moment ago, has gone back to buy. We'll see which way he goes. He's gone towards that face of the mountain, which ironically we saw Darian building earlier on in the last game.
And it's simply, again, you want to help out Genji on this Varus so much. Everything you can pile onto him, shield, possibly again Mikhail's later on to help him with the cleanse. Everything you can do to help him. Also the Blade of the Ruined King he's going to have for himself will give him some additional HP and move speed to actually work with. And he might be able to survive once KT Bullets pile everything onto him.
Alex is actually moving through the jungle. I just wanted to get a ward down by the bullets as blue buff, maybe for a possible challenge next time that one comes around, because we can see that he's in the top lane. He can't get his own blue at this stage.
And notice what Insect is doing here. He knows that Alex killed Leopard beforehand. Maybe if he's trying again, Insect is nearby for the counter gank, jumping in on Alex to kill him. So KT Bullets, they actually want Alex to go aggressive on Leopard once again.
They're waiting for him to do that. That's exactly what they wanted. They knew he just didn't have his movement. He has got escape. He used the flash a moment ago to get away from Karma. So well played by KT. And again, Insect to get the kill.
Insect is part of it, and again we actually see Alex dying after he used his distortion to farm the waves, and then KT Bullets just punish him instantly.
Well, taking the jungle away as they go. And if you can hear the crowd here, as the Polish Virtus Pro playing in the Counter-Strike Go tournament right now. It's certainly got a lot of fans cheering for them. Meanwhile, in our game, KT Bullets have started off the Baron. Is it just to lure Gambit in for a fight here? It looks that way. They've pulled away.
And Darian, he's moving from the bot lane up here. He wants to be able to join in, but KT Bullets wise enough back off. They don't want to risk this Baron early on here because Gambit would be able to jump onto them and they would have been taking quite some damage from the Baron, even though they have a very, very tanky Shen who can actually tank this Baron for quite a while.
Well, Darian is doing what Darian does. He's off down the bottom, doesn't care, got no vision whatsoever. Anyone could come near him. He's got really no escape. He's got his flash available, that's all he needs. And he's just going to hope that he doesn't get caught out once again. Insect is spotted, and that means he's going to walk away.
And we need to see if all this farm onto Diamond Prox is going to pay off, because he's almost having the same amount as Alex. So he's been using a lot of time farming, less time onto ganking, and we really need to see that pay off. But Dragon is up and KT Bullets are there.
Let's see if they can hold on to this one. Good zone in there from Maffa. Dragon already going low. There is a piercing arrow coming through. KT Bullets picking up. They're still sat inside that Dragon pit, but they've got 3 men inside it. They can just jump straight over the wall.
Yeah, look how mobile KT Bullets are. No risk of dying afterwards because they can simply jump the wall there. Very good timing on the Dragon, and Gambit slightly out of position.
Speaking of gold advantages, Alexic is the second lowest gold earner on his team right now. That's not good for your mid laner. He's below even his 2 junglers.
And it's not looking good for him here because Insect is here as well.
Oh, gonna get caught in from this one. It's not easy to get away from that. He uses everything to try and escape. Insect gets himself another kill. This is now a 4-2-1 Kha'Zix with that Hex Drinker in there as well. This is really dangerous for Gambit.
But again, with all the CC Gambit is having, if they can actually detect Kha'Zix in his stealth, in the team fights, they will be able to lock him down, possibly even kill him, because there's not too much to actually save him, unless you have the Shin ultimate up and of course the shield from Karma. But the Shin ultimate should be used anyway when the fight actually starts and not when Insect is dropping low.
Genji continues holding that piercing arrow, see if he's going to create something. Of course, he was the man that turned this game around against WE. WE's own aggression being used against them. The KT Bullets, they're not quite so naive to just go headlong rushing into those kills. They're keeping vision everywhere across the map when they go aggressive.
And it seems actually Genji decides to get some crit together with the Infinity Edge, so he's going to have more auto attack damage. The Cutlass, again, it is a slow, so it's going to help him try and kite around, and he might just keep it there for now.
He sure is not just double-click with his eyes closed again as he goes.
Roll that mouse around.
See what we get today. Now, that's what you got to admire from Genji as well. He builds, I think, totally different to everyone else.
Yeah, I don't think
inaccurate
anyone
statement.
can get in the brain of Genji. Nobody has any idea what he's actually thinking when he's building these kind of weird item choices.
Well, Alex here is looking for a bit of a go on towards Maffa, and well, it really was just a bit in the end. Maffa just walking away from that one. Meanwhile, Diamond is coming down towards his bottom lane. They should be able to get in towards that brush. Well, Diamond doesn't even need to, of course, with his ultimate in there. But can they pair this one up? And are they strong enough to take out Score and Maffa?
And look who's there once again. Insect is coming down with the bot lane, waiting for something to happen so he can join in on the fight. He has so much damage at the moment, he actually shows himself, so they just want to push up the lane.
And back to Genji's build, he's got 2 half items almost. So if you look at Score, Bloodthirster, Phantom Dancer, and Last Whisper are already done, throwing out the ace in the hole there. And actually, Edward is starting to come forward. They're going to try and get on towards Score. That's all the lockup that they've got. The fear comes in as well. Sun United comes down. Well, he managed to pop in first. There is Insect. Can he get himself the reset? There's the one. Can he now jump away from it? Actually going to stealth up and jump away the other side. Really well played there by Insect.
But we see what the Gambit coming to do, and now to top lane.
Going in on towards Darian from this one. Flash has been burnt left and right. Good damage on towards Darian. They force him off the turret.
So they force him away. They can take this turret now. Very good move by KT Bullets. And looking down on the fight, we saw what the Gambit combo can do here. Once they engage, pop the Nocturne ultimate. Shen had to ultimate so late that it wasn't enough to actually save Score, and he could join in for the fight. It didn't mean, however, though, he could just stay top lane and get a turret. And the fact that KT Bullets traded 1-for-1 actually means they win out on this trade.
Well, yes, they do, actually. There's no doubt about it. They got the fact they got the top turret. It means it's a big win. I was thinking more along the lines of all the assists that Gambit got, but nevertheless, it was another kill. And I wonder, in Gambit's heads, who is the main shot caller at this stage? Because Alexic is not doing well, which in itself causes problems when you're making calls. They're clearly trying to get him fed. They're clearly trying to get LeBlanc going, but it's not working. Insec is countering them every step of the way.
Yeah, and again, KT Bolts have been doing such a good job punishing Alex for being up top lane in his long lane where they could actually chase him down. Yes, LeBlanc, she can jump a few times, but then you will be able to catch up with the likes of Kha'Zix and obviously Shen, and that's what they've been doing. And that's been the issue for Gambit with having Alex in the top lane. He's not been able to roam either because he wasn't mid. At least he was in the start, but then he had to swap up at level 6.
There's Ryu coming out towards this mid lane. Spots actually Edward coming in there as well, so not going to be having a fight from that one. Gambit actually need to get around and get some vision control back on the Baron. There is that ward going down the backside from Edward. And that pink ward, they should be able to clear out here shortly as well.
And notice the Mortal Mortis completed onto Kha'Zix, so he's gonna be able to survive the burst from Alex. And at the same time, if he should drop low, when he pops his ultimate and then he comes out from stealth and hits a target, he's gonna have so much extra attack damage if he's been dropping low beforehand.
Gambit trying to create something there. They knew that Insec is down in that bottom lane. They're realizing finally he's not going to be there to counter us, but instead they need to start worrying about Insec's pushing ability because he's going to get some free time on towards that tower. Instead, he's heading across. Darian is closing in towards him.
And look at this 1-3-1 KT Bolts are doing. They have Shen up in the top lane. Of course, they move the very strong Insec into the bot lane. And then you keep Gragas mid lane to just wave clear. Caitlyn can even join into the mid lane to wave clear even more and push up the waves to Gambit's side of the map all the time. And whenever someone from Gambit is moving to stop the split push, they can just push a different lane, get the turret, or dive onto Gambit.
Insec continues on that push as well. Looking down Alex's items here, we've seen LeBlanc earlier on today. Xpeke, of course, who had a fantastic game earlier on, getting that DFG, getting things rolling on that front. Bit of a different path this time through from Alex. What do you make of that?
Well, Alex, having been able to get the lead or the early goal he wanted to have this DFG to his snowball even more, so the chalice is the more safe route. It's going to give him some good damage still, together with the Void Staff. So I actually like the fact he went for it, also because he was laning against Gragas later on and he needed the early magic resist.
Piercing arrow, not enough damage there. So they're not going to pick that one up. It's going to be another Dragon for KTB. And the KT roster bullets, they seem to have the edge on Gambit so far in this game. They're now 5,000 gold up, and they really are not making mistakes, which Gambit are going to require, I feel, to claw their way back into this.
And it's so hard to come back when you are against a team who likes to split push, like we're seeing here, and when you're against the Kha'Zix being this strong at the moment. Who's going to 1v1 him? Darren can give it a try, but the rest of KT Bulls can quickly rotate there because Gragas is very mobile, Karma is very mobile, speeding up the rest of the team, moving towards the fight they have in whatever lane, and also, of course, the Shen ultimate, as long as Nocturne haven't popped this, simply means that KT Bulls can quickly rotate on the map, and it's so hard for Gambit to deal with. What they need to do is simply just start a fight. Catch out a few members or one member from KT Bulls with Nocturne, with Leona, and with, of course, LeBlanc, and just burst them down instantly before the rest of KT Bulls can actually react.
We did see that a Quicksilver Sash was picked up there by Score just to get him out of danger if they do decide to dive onto him. On the other side of it, we did see actually the Blade of the Ruin King was finished first up by Genja.
So he did decide to complete it here. So again, health boost in team fights. He's going to steal 30% movement speed as well in the team fight, so it's going to help him try and survive at least.
We're waiting for KT Bullets to push that lane out. They're looking to try and make a play on Insec, it seems, in his top lane. Diamond has been caught out in that mid lane, though, so he is going to back away. He's taking a little bit of damage from Ryu Mafa as well, getting that damage on towards him.
But notice how Gambit can never move multiple members anywhere because all the lanes are being pushed up, so they will just lose a turret in the mid lane, turret in the bot lane. That's why they can't go up and gank Insec. He's been just farming away. And now KT Bulls have actually started the Baron. I don't think it's the plan, though.
I don't think it was the plan. Score's doing it nonetheless. It's continuing to get a couple of shots, trying to see if Gambit want to take the bait, but they are sticking around, and Insec is ready and waiting to pounce.
He's actually going very aggressive.
Yeah, and this could be dangerous for him, actually. We haven't seen the ace in the hole come through. They knocked Darian away from the rest of the team. He'd already popped that Dominus, though, and in the end, I don't think either team really wanted that fight. Insec jumped in, thinking he might be able to single someone out, and actually there were 3 of them waiting when he did.
I think actually they could have set something up with Shen. We saw Leopard, he was moving away from Alex in the lane, so he had the chance to actually ultimate in. Of course, Alex will be able to silence him if he sees Shen casting the ultimate and can stop him from joining in. So maybe that was why Insec decided to back out of the fight afterwards.
Well, as it stands, we're going to see Alex Hitch. He knows he's on his own, but I'm not too sure he knows he can take him anymore. I'm not even sure whether he can. Leopard is so strong. He's just going to keep on split pushing that lane. Alex, though, is getting farm every time he's not involved, every time he's away, every time he just die. More importantly, he is continuing to get that farm. He's going to get the blue buff again. He needs to start getting kills.
Well, Gambit is doing what they can at the moment. They just want to pick up as much farm, trying to get items onto their carries, trying to get back in the game without actually having to team fight straight up, because KT Bullets are so strong at the moment with this combo. Every time someone from Gambit drops low, there is the risk of Kha'Zix coming in with the involved Q now at level 16, so he's having so much burst damage to you, and they have to respect that.
Speaking of Kha'Zix, he was stood right on top of a ward there as Mew tries to fill things up, but actually he's going to go straight over the other side, ace in the hole, he's going to go through, Score gets that kill, Insect and Leopard are all over them here on the backside, Diamond's down to half HP, Genji can't do anything, now they go on towards Diamond, there's the taunt, rest of the team going to join in, this is an absolute massacre.
Nowhere to run for them. We see Alex Hitch, he comes in, he gets himself one kill, may get a second one here, Insect making a bit of a mistake, he does manage to get that kill away, and that will stop KT Bullets. That was a little bit too deep, I feel. They're going to come around, they're going to just back off. They could possibly go back. They're passing so many turrets on the way. They've gone that deep in towards Gambit's territory. Don't think they can get an objective off it, though, because they went a little too ham.
But there was absolutely nothing Genji could do to survive here. Once Kha'Zix and Shen goes towards him, he used the flash, it wasn't enough. He used the barrier, it wasn't enough. The Blade of the Rune King was popped, and still they can just stick to him because of the stealth on Kha'Zix, and of course because Shen is so tanky. There's nothing for Gambit to do to actually stop them going in here, unless Gambit are doing the engage. And that's why we see KT Bullets starting the fight. Once again, Shen ultimate beforehand, so there's no chance of Nocturne's ultimate to block it, and he's in there to start the fight pretty much.
Well, they had the vision. They knew exactly where they were, and they started the fight diving in. We thought maybe Rhea was going to be a little bit crazy diving on towards Edward, but they knew exactly what they were doing. They baited and outsmarted Gambit in that fight, no doubt about it. And Gambit really are struggling to try and counter every single maneuver that KT Bullets do.
We've seen more items coming in. A thorn mail now for Shen if he wasn't already hard enough to deal with. Now you've got to pretty much just ignore him and let him do his thing as he chases you down constantly. Over the other side, all right, now I can safely say now as Genji is going to get pushed out. Insect going to take a lot of damage. Diamond is the one right on top of him. Look at Score from the backside. They do look him up with a Solar Flare, but surely they don't want to fight this one. The damage from the Piltover Peacemaker and the barrel coming in. My point about Genji and closing his eyes while fighting, he's got a stinger now.
It still stands. It still stands. He's got a stinger. I'm not too sure which way he's going with this one. Diamond's hanging by. He wants to try and go for that blind steal. There is a ward back in there. Darian's trying to keep it relevant. He can ultimate in towards there, but I think KT Bullets are not going to fall for this one. Instead, they're just going to jump straight on Diamond. They get themselves the kill. They get themselves the Baron.
And KT Bullets are doing everything correct. They forced Gambit to stay around his Baron area and just engage on him. Insect, he actually jumped to Genji and just chunked him down to 20% instantly. And this stinger, I have to question why Genji doesn't go for something like a Guardian Angel, simply to try and stay alive, because he is the focus for KT Bullets every single time. I'm not saying it's going to win Gambit the fight, but it's going to do more than a stinger at this point.
Baron up, KT rolls the bullets, pushing through in towards this mid lane. The pressure is on. They're keeping the split push going, is exactly what they need. They're going to get themselves the inner turret down that bottom lane, and they may keep on pushing and get this inhibitor turret. We are waiting for Diamond to respawn to go in that defensive mode, but they're going to jump on. They're not going to give it time. Genji's the focus. They've gone so deep again, and that Shen ultimate just working wonders, just tanking out that turret. Gambit in so trouble. Alex is going to get jumped on. Ace in the hole will land. It's going to come through. It's not going to get the kill. Yes, it does. He finally gets him down. Diamond coming through. He's so tanky, but he's got little to no damage. The rest of KT Bullets just jump straight on him. Insect pounces. This will not feel good for Diamond to be taken down by his counterpart. And the red buff is what finishes it off. KT Bullets, they can just run through the base.
And Insect have been the MVP of this game. We see also in this team fight how strong he is, jumping into the face of Gambit with Leopard, and he just stays in there.
And I'm not sure how Gambit were ever going to be able to think about defending with the poke that they have there with the KT Bullets, and those Nexus turrets just ripped to pieces. KT Bullets pick up game number 1 here in our semi-final. Gambit now in a tough position. If they want to make it an all-European final, they got to win 2 in a row.
And a very good champion select for KT Bullets with the Shen counterpick towards Renekton, and also punishing Alex for rotating up to the top lane. Every single time they had the chance, they killed him up there and kept him shut down, so he couldn't really do anything early game for Gambit.
Fantastic performance, KT Bullets. You know, talking about picks and bans, they may well have to start thinking seriously about a Kha'Zix ban or picking it away from them. Of course, Gambit will be the blue team going into the next game, and Insect once again has performed so well on that Kha'Zix pick. 7-3-7.
Very important, and not just even the scoreline, but the impact that he's had throughout that entire game. So dangerous. The unseen threat almost most of the times when he just stealths in there, and all of a sudden Alex finds himself dying time after time. 5-5-0 Alex ended in the end. Everyone else on the team really struggled to get going there. Gambit certainly need to be having a second thought about game 2.
And again, going back to the combos very quickly, the combo from Gambit, I actually really liked it. If they got ahead early on, there's snowball potential with this combo. They could constantly find picks, constantly pick up the right targets with this very heavy burst CC engage combo. But simply due to the fact the early game was so even, and then KT Bullets, once you came into the mid game, simply started outmaneuvering and outplaying Gambit on the map. It meant that KT Bullets pulled ahead, and once they forced Gambit to stay around this barren area, KT Bullets could just engage the fights whenever they wanted to, and that's why, again, they were so dominant in the team fights.
It's going to be a tough comeback here for Gambit. We'll see a little bit later on if they can manage to turn this best-of-3 series around. But for now, we're going to head to the analysis desk, where a quick shot is waiting with Froggen and Crepo.
Bot lane or the top lane and set a gang up or counter gang. Running Ignite this time, and let's see where they actually decide to put the Kassadin, and let's see how much they can do this bot lane at level 6 with both Jinx and Annie. You have so much burst. If you land the tables, you have to execute ultimate from Jinx. Very hard to deal with, but we have to remember with this very chase-heavy combo or engage-heavy combo from KT Bullets, the Lantern from Edward can actually turn out to be very important if he can help out the rest of his members if they're being caught out of position.
Oh, here we go then. Game number 2 between Gambit and the KT Bullets. A score just going through that brush there, spotted Genja as he did go out, and knowing that Edward's probably not far behind, you definitely don't want to be having to burn a flash early on to avoid any possible hooks that can come your way.
Now again, if KT Bullets should decide to lane swap, would surprise me a lot. They have a very good combo to push down turrets, of course. Jinx is one of the best AD carries, if not the best AD carry to push turrets early on. So they will have at least a chance, and a hook.
A flash hook didn't land, but it forced the flash from Score nonetheless. So 2 summoner spells being used by Edward and by Score.
And that was exactly what I was talking about with using a flash early on. It was Edward that started that one off, though, going very aggressive. Top lane is going to be Darian on Shyvana against Leopard, who's been so very strong, playing obviously that Shen in the last matchup there. The wards coming down from those trinkets, and pretty standard stuff aside from that attempted flash hook from Edward earlier on.
Now Gambit is a team who loves to late invade on the blue buff. They've been doing it so often, and Diamond now, he's gonna go in with Edward and Genja towards this blue buff, it seems.
This is the combo they only ever do when they're on the blue side as well. This is their invade. This is how it works out. It's been hit and miss, that's for sure. And they're starting off their own blue buff as well. You can see Darian that's actually tanking that one out, not Alex Ich. He's going to go in towards it. They're both going to turn and take that one, so they're taking the blues at the same time. It's worked out. Diamond's got his.
Yeah, and there was no vision for KT Bullets to actually spot them going in there. They were pinging them in the bush, and they actually see Edward moving down here with Genja, so they know the blue buff is gone. And Elise, look at the movement here. She was thinking for a second about going to Gambit's blue buff, but because they were expecting Shyvana to have taken it, as she wasn't in the top lane, they simply say, we lost, pretty much. both blue buffs.
Well, Darian was taken so low on that one. Leopard is pushing the lane. He's not hanging around. He's going to try and push it up towards the tower. Diamond's going to get himself that red buff. Darian will back off. What will he buy? Will he go for anything? It's just going to be more pots, if anything. Yes, it is. A little few health pots. And Leopard's happily shoving that wave up because the tower's going to do the damage for him. He's going to take out that minion wave. So Darian going to come into this lane. He has hit the level 2, of course. He would have got that off the blue buff all on his own. But he may well be down a little bit on farm.
Yeah, it's definitely not worth it for Darian with this blue buff because he's down in farm now. The XP Leopard can get here from the next wave. It's gonna make him level 3, and obviously Darian lost an entire wave to the turret here. So it's gonna be very hard for him. He did have the chance to go back and buy though, and he actually picked up a ward and a health pot together with his Thorn's blade, so he will have something. And now bot lane.
Oh, score going very low from this one. Actually, we are going to see Diamond also taking a lot of damage. He goes off to the side. Insect going to get flayed back. Have they got the damage to lock up themselves? Another kill? No, not quite. Well, they do take down Score and pick up first blood.
And the flash forced away from Jinx by Edward and mid lane.
Yeah, he could be dead here. Actually, Alex taking one turret hit himself. Both of them going very, very low. Are they going to dare to jump in there? Alex does have his flash here. Rio needs to be careful.
And Alex actually have to be careful as well because Insect, he's moving in towards Alex here. There is a flash and he's on the right side of the lane at least to avoid the gank here, but Insect actually staying around.
No, he showed himself. Alex Ich may have made a mistake here. He's going to jump away and he's only got a tiny little leap. Bless him, but he is going to get away from this one. He's still sticking around, not going yet.
And one thing we didn't have time to touch on in the bot lane, the reason the gank worked out here for Diamond was the fact that Edward forced away the flash from Score at level 1, so the Jinx without flash, no mobility at all, simply meant Diamond could come down for the early gank with double buff and pick up first blood.
There is Ryu having another dig down on towards Alex, but Diamond this time is starting to come across. We're going to see Insect headed possibly up towards that top lane, see if he can get himself in on that one. Ryu, of course, no flash at this point, and up until level 6 could be open to a bit of damage as a Q is going to connect onto him. Have they got enough to finish him off? No, they don't manage it. Diamond takes too much damage from the turret.
Nobody had an ignite, that's the problem. Alex Ich had already used it in the previous fight. He had nothing to follow through. He couldn't get too close. Diamond was willing to tank the turret for another hit. Alex Ich probably could have got another basic attack down there, but Rio, he gets away with it.
So Rio actually have been doing a very good job farming so far, keeping up with Alex, and yes, he had to force the flash now, he had to base. He's gonna return here, and it's gonna be an XP advantage for Alex because he's still staying in the lane while Kassadin was forced out. So it's gonna give him a small lead here, but I'm actually very surprised how well Kassadin have been keeping up early on CS.
Speaking of CS down in this bottom lane, all things even at this point, aside of course from the assists on both Genja and Edward and the death on Score. So that first blood came down on that lane, and still pretty low in terms of levels at this stage of things. Interested to see how it goes and how aggressive the bullets are going to be at level 6 when they've got that potential to just burst one person down.
Yeah, level 6 is an important mark for them. What the issue for them here is actually Genji will do more damage than Score, but Gambit have to be careful because Insect, he's stealthing down here unnoticed because there's no ward from Gambit in this bush. So if they actually go in for the fight, Insect is there.
And you know Eddie's going to go aggressive. It's going to be a cocoon landing on Edward's face. He gets the play off, tries to put the lantern down for that little bit of extra shielding, but a quick repel from Insect should be enough. He dives on, gets the hook on the tower. Is he going to get the last hit? The tower damage comes in there, and they turn it on its head. Diamond is now coming down the river. They want to close on towards it. Diamond's looking hungry. He wants to get himself a kill. Maffa's going to be the target. He's got next to no mana. Score's going to be the one he goes for. Putting a lot of damage down on towards him. Genja is not close enough to follow through though.
Okay, a lot of details here. First of all, Edward's flashing top lane.
Top lane, that's going to be a kill. Or is it? The ignite's not enough. And wow, Leopard gets away, and so does Darian.
Again, a lot of details about the gank here in bot lane. First of all, Edward's flash came up the second he needed it to actually flash away, and then he landed the hook, and listen to the crowd here cheering for Gambit. Anyhow, the hook from Edward, because he flashed into the turret range, he didn't manage to land it onto Elise or Insect, forcing him to stay under the turret, get an extra turret hit, so he died actually, get a few extra turret hits. And then when Diamond came down, Score's position to actually protect his AD carry, who didn't have flash, was absolutely beautiful. He was just staying in position so Diamond couldn't land a Sonic Wave.
Well, we are now at level 6 as you jump away from Alex Ich. Couldn't quite land the cocoon onto him there. And meanwhile, Diamond is waiting off to the side. There's the ward coming in. Insect is going to go down to half HP. Alex jumping over the side. Oh, how is this one going to... Alex actually stealthing up from that one. Where are they going? On towards Diamond. He's going to get stunned up. The chompers are down. Is he going to get taken? Yes, he is going to get finished off. That is a kill for Kassadin.
Well, that was a catastrophic error.
That was a
collection of errors there from both Diamond and Alex Sich, not on the same page, and that maybe just shows the nerves that Gambit are starting to feel, and KT Bullets, well, they're not a team to just let that go. They're going to capitalize every time there's errors like that.
Yeah, and not only did they give up a kill, they also used the flash on Alex, used the ignite, so both summoners for him are gone, and they got absolutely nothing from it. Let's see if KT Bullets, with the level 6 casting, can punish it, but he's moving bot lane now.
Bot lane's in trouble, Rio's coming down there, and they're getting pressure already on him. He's going to have the force ball just to jump straight on towards him. It's going to be an easy pickup. He gets the hook again. Not this time the damage, though, and they can keep on forking. Rift Walk will come through, Score's doing the damage. Rio's taking too many tower hits. He goes down.
Double kill for Genja.
Double kill for Genja. What is happening in this game? Diamond's coming around the back. Score's got barrier and flash available to him if he needs it, but Diamond's going to have a lot of damage. He can't take him. Score's doing the damage. He's got such a big minion wave with him.
Yeah, way too many minions for Diamond to actually go for the fight, and he wasn't level 6 to try and at least kick Score into the turret, so wisely enough, he backs away and he picks up all the farm. But Genja getting the double kill there, actually a big misplay from KT Bullets on the dive. They could just have taken the one kill and backed off.
Crazy. I'm not sure why. Rio ended up getting that tower aggro there at the end. The lowest guy that could have possibly got that one. Crazy, crazy stuff. I actually just tried to watch that one back again, and yeah, it was a little bit unlucky for him. I think that Score wasn't the man that got that one. Either way, it's going to leave us at 4-4 in kills. Just a 200 gold difference between these two teams. No turrets as of yet. Although, we have to say, Kassadin now 2-1-0, got himself a Seeker's Arm Guard. Obviously, up past level 6, he's going to be feeling so much more comfortable.
Something we haven't seen is the top lane, and look at the item. Leopard gone for that brutalizer early on in that top lane. He really wants to bully Darien. You can see in terms of CS, the culling coming out, just having a little massage on towards KT Bull. It's not going to do a great level of damage at this time, but what is going on? A brutalizer start for Renekton. This is aggressive.
Well, it's very aggressive, and it also means he wants to be able to 1v1 Darien for as long as possible. We see often the Hydra on Renekton giving him some extra damage to actually extend the time he can 1v1 against Shyvana. Now he's gone for Brutalizer instead, so it's more early game aggression. And if he ever gets onto Darien, he will do a lot of damage to him.
Oh, there's Rio once again jumping in on towards Alex Hitch, less than half HP. Not really about the kills here, maybe more about the Dragon. Insect has already cleared this one out using that pink ward. You can see that Alex has started to move down, and Gambit are going to have to check this one out.
And Rio actually is going to show himself top lane here because Darien is very overextended.
Oh, where are you going, Darien? Where are you going? He's going to run them a merry dance. He's actually pulled the mid laner away, so maybe they're going to try and make an advantage. They are going towards that dragon, so Gambit trying to take the dragon from this delay, and you can see Darien, we've seen him do this so many times before. He is going to give up the death, but it's a case of can he delay enough for that dragon to go down? Rio taking some serious damage from this one, actually. Darien, that ultimate will run out in a moment. It is going to be a death, but the dragon for Gambit.
Yeah, not worth it at all for KT Bullets, putting 2 members up there and giving up the dragon, and now Gambit going towards the 2 members in the bot lane.
Going for this 3-man dive. Can they get in there? They're waiting for the minions so they can get in range. They actually going towards Genja. There is a kill with a super mega death rocket. Score tries to flash back. Edwards tanking on the turret here. He gets a double kill in the end. Are they going to push around? Elise actually started coming down, then backed away with Insect there. They might have been able to get a couple more.
So stick around. I was going to say, if they stick around, Insect's already there. We see Rio coming down to the flash and, of course, that Rift Walk, but they do back away. Defishy, bro, what is going on in this game?
I have absolutely no idea. People are running around everywhere, ganking each other. The only thing I know is the last 30 seconds for Gambit, picking up the dragon, and now you got double kill onto Alex on K6. It couldn't be much better. Well, okay, Genja could have survived, but that's about it.
Pushing out that bottom lane. A couple of moments of silence, I think, after this one. Bit of a crazy matchup so far, as Genja going to go heavy on towards Ryu from this one. Hope he's not feeling too confident with that one. We'll have to see. You deciding, okay, maybe he is a little bit stronger than I thought. Edward's there now as well, so I should definitely not get involved.
And we really have to highlight the fact that Rio managed to actually stay even in farm early on, but Darien might be caught out again.
He gets caught with a cocoon. You can see Insect coming in is going to pounce, but Darien has got the tower to fall back to this time. Doesn't need to make a run straight in towards KT Rolls to B's base. That mid lane turret's been left pretty open, and the AD carry in mid lane are looking to try and take something from this one. We do see Alex Titch nearby. Diamond's going to make his way around the side. They're putting the pressure on towards him, but it's a tower hit. The hook on towards Mappa, not really what they wanted. They do manage to get the play, but they just don't have the damage combos. A little bit of misplays from Gambit.
And look who's waiting around the corner here, Insect. He just wanted Gambit to go all in for the fight, and he could have joined in, but Mafia actually decided to flash away. And Genji, he's just left in this bottom lane, going towards the turret. Of course, Castleton will be coming down there and can pick up the farm.
And actually, Genja wisely backing away from this one. He's trying to push those minions up into the turret, but Rio, as you mentioned, will get down there in time and be able to soak up this farm. He's 76 to 103 CS behind as Gambit start to move through the KTB jungle.
Top lane also being invaded. We can see Insect coming in there this time around. He jumps away, Darien. Where's he going to run to this time? He's got Mappa coming up the river with that stun available, but he's going straight for KT Bullets jungle. Darien is on a jungle path once again. They've taken away the blue buff already, and now they're pushing the mid lane turret. KT Bullets are just being drawn away by the Swag Lord himself, and they're taking objectives every single time. He's been stunned up, he's been cocooned, he's been rocketed in the face, but again, Gambit take a turret.
Yeah, what are you doing, KT Bullets? Killing Darien over and over is going to give you nothing if you lose the blue buff and the mid turret for it. Gambit Gaming are just taking full advantage of the fact that for some reason KT Bullets, they absolutely hate Darien.
They love to kill him, as I think a lot of teams do, but they'll generally, at least by now, figured out that Darien is that troll master and he's just going to run through and try and get you on base. However, we do see the Bullets replying here, getting a turret of their own.
From my own experience, killing Darien again and again, over and over, every time you play Gambit, it actually gets quite boring in the end and you just stop ganking him.
Why did you ever do it?
I killed him a few times.
Scumbag stealing your
2v1,
CS away
always killed him
from your,
2v1.
Freeze there.
Well, yeah, I stole a lot of kills. That's actually true.
Well, most mid laners, supports these days do. I think they are mid laners, actually. Ryu's going to get engaged on by Genja here, just taking a little poke towards him. Didn't go full in, trying to wait to see if he can get any support. Diamond was close by, but insisted on taking the red, it seems, first. And Ryu is getting himself farming that bottom lane. Alex Ich, well, he's continuing to do the same. With that 2 kills, has got himself the Tiamat. Going to go towards that Ravenous Hydra. Tends to be the standard mid lane build these days for the Western world.
And Genji, he's just waiting here in the bush. There's of course a pink ward, so he's not spotted out. He didn't actually see Annie coming in as well, so he's doing a very smart job just staying here.
That was a mistake.
A little bit.
Yeah, I think so as well. I don't think it was supposed to be Diamond to have that blue buff. Alex Ich, nonetheless, doesn't get it this time around. Maybe next time he'll be lucky enough to have that one. He's currently just less than 30 CS in the lead. And let's have a look at Darien Cam here. He's currently doing the golems on the top side of the KTB jungle. And look at it, the 3 of them are coming again. Well,
Darien actually have to wait a little bit before dying because there's nothing up for Gambit to take.
Well, our friends in Korea would like to call this proxy farming. We tend to call it farming between the towers, but Darien, he's not falling for it. He uses that Dragon's Descent and gets away. But down the bottom lane, we do see a kill for the KT Bullets. This time around, they take down Genja.
Yeah, and the difference here is the fact that Gambit wasn't in a position to either take a dragon because it wasn't up or in position for any turrets. And that's why KT Bullets could actually move multiple members up there without losing anything.
Alex Ich making his way down river. I thought he was going to jump on Mappa. We're just going to see Genja taken down. Oh, he went too aggressive.
Yeah.
So I actually think he knew there was a pink ward there. That's why he dashed in to try and kill it fast. But he had no idea 2 members from KT Bullets were waiting there.
So the Dragon is coming up in less than half a minute's time. We can see that the pink ward's already down. Why are the KT Bullets? Insect going to do the wipe before, no doubt, heading back towards that Dragon area. We can see that Genja has to go towards that top lane. Leopard is going to be coming down towards the Dragon area. The question is, are they going to fight for this?
Look at the movement from Genji here. Instantly going away from the top lane because the Dragon is up in a few seconds. The rest of Gambit is ready to fight for it. We should be seeing the very first big team fight of the game.
They're going to go on towards Darien. He doesn't really care, as he never does. The ward placement, the hook on Leopard, not really the one they wanted, though. They just let him go when you hook it. big crocodile. That's not something you're really looking forward with your fishing rod. Instead, they're going to go and force KT Bullets off the Dragon. Now we're going to see Rio goes in, gets a good burst combo on towards Diamond. That may give Gambit some second thoughts.
An intense standoff here for this one as well. Almost lined up there. Bit of a showdown in the river. Dragon going to be started here again for the KT Bullets. There is Diamond going in. Flash Timbers though, right to the back. The damage is intense here. Darian is going to go down. Surely they're going to get Edward as well. Actually, Insect falls low. They do manage to kill off Leopard. Alex Hitch will fall as well. There's the shutdown. 4 men are dead. There's the slow on towards Genja. No flashes to chase in. It's going to be about the zap and whether Rio can get on top of him. In the end, they decide against it. 4 for 2, and they're going to get the Dragon.
Such a great engage come in from Manny here, starting the whole team fight. Leopard follows up with the Timbers into the face of Gambit, and once the team fight broke out, we have obviously the Jinx passive being procced very early. She could continue doing damage, and then Cassidy coming in as well.
And look at Cassidy. He's at 5-on-3. Started Artificio.
Yeah, so notice the fight here. Instant flash Timbers on 3 members. They don't get Genja, but they get still 3, and they get them so low. Look at Darian here. He's having no ultimate, and there's nothing he can actually do in the fight. He goes down as the first member, and now passive on to score, of course, and the rest of KT Bullets can just roll over. And when a Kassadin is left untouched in a team fight, he will always be there to clean up, and that's what he's doing here. Actually getting the kill onto Alex, and then he can chase onto Genja, not picking him up though.
No, you got Diamond and Alex, and that's really all they needed. And once a Kassadin gets going, it's a bit of a problem, a scary, scary problem that Gambit are going to have to deal with, because they are 1-0 down in this matchup already. They need to win this one. They need to go 2-0, and Diamond may be biting off more than he can chew here. He needs the safeguard to his buddy. Instead, he has to use that ward. We do see Alex going aggressive, though. He's going to jump up to score, gets himself the reset, jumps away.
And yeah, here we see the damage from Kha'Zix onto Jinx. If he can actually get to her, he will be able to kill her. But there's still the issue that this Kassadin have to die. And who's going to kill him if Kha'Zix is jumping to Jinx? I don't know where Gambit will have the damage to take both of them down, but it's definitely what they need to do in the fights.
Once again, we see Darian luring a couple of them down towards this bottom lane. Where Diamond was just walking back. Insect did just turn back around though and head straight off and towards his jungle. And actually no one directly in this mid lane now to stop Gambit pushing up there, but maybe a little bit too deep for them, to be honest, with both the top and bottom outer turrets still in play. They have got quite a lot of wards down, I have to say, inside of the Bullets jungle.
Yeah, and here, the thing for Gambit, just touching quickly on the Genji build, he's gonna go for Infinity Edge once again, and then possibly later on the build of the Rune King. It seems to be his favorite build, and he's gonna go in on pretty much every single lady carry.
No matter what champion, yeah.
No matter what champion, no matter what he's against. But looking here again at the combos when we go into the late game, for Gambit's side, Shyvana of course will outskill the Renekton, and she's going to be very, very strong in the team fights. Kha'Zix, we know how good he is late game when he can get the resets. Lee Sin to set up some plays against the Jinx, and of course Lucian Fresh, they are good in the late game, but the Jinx is going to be absolute monster, and the Kassadin is going to be a monster, so that's going to be an issue for Gambit, and they need to get an early target down, so you have to reset onto Alex, otherwise I don't think they have enough damage to actually kill all the important members from KT Bullets.
There's the blue buff, which was supposed to go to Alex last time around. Diamond did finish it off, though. I don't think that was planned. This time, though, Alex is going to get his hands on that one. And if you look at new CS here, he's actually kept it to a very reasonable level since that very early game.
And again, another thing we just have to notice with Genja, he's going to delay his last Whisper by such a long time. And when a Renekton is going to be in his face with the Sunfire, with, of course, the Ninja Tapis, it's going to take Genja quite a while to actually kill him, unless he's having the help from the rest of Gambit's side. But look again, all the physical damage on them. Kha'Zix, of course, and now Darren actually fighting against Leopard.
He's going to just go duel in, keep on to go now. Insect once again coming to the rescue down that river, down the side. He also has Mappa coming in. Again, Darian needs to be careful.